Leviticus Chapter 13. Standards relating to leprosy. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "When a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, or a scab, or a bright spot, and it become in the skin of his flesh the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought to Aaron the priest, or to one of his sons the priests. And the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and if the hair in the plague be turned white, and the appearance of the plague be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is the plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and the appearance of it isn't deeper than the skin, and the hair of it isn't turned white, then the priest shall shut up him who has the plague 7 days. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day. And behold, if in his eyes the plague be at a stay, and the plague isn't spread in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. And the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be dim, and the plague hasn't spread in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spread abroad in the skin, after that he has showed himself to the priest for his cleansing, he shall show himself to the priest again. And the priest shall look, and behold, if the scab be spread in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy. When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought to the priest. And the priest shall look, and behold, if there be a white rising in the skin, and it have turned the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean. He shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. If the leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him who has the plague from his head even to his feet, as far as appears to the priest, then the priest shall look, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean who has the plague. It is all turned white, he is clean. But whenever raw flesh appears in him, he shall be unclean. The priest shall look on the raw flesh and pronounce him unclean. The raw flesh is unclean, it is leprosy. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed to white, then he shall come to the priest, and the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean. He is clean. When the flesh has in the skin of it a boil, and it is healed, and in the place of the boil there is a white rising or a bright spot, reddish white, then it shall be showed to the priest. And the priest shall look, and behold, if the appearance of it be lower than the skin, and the hair of it be turned white, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. It has broken out in the boil. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and it isn't lower than the skin, but is dim, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. If it spread abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. But if the bright spot stay in its place and hasn't spread, it is the scar of the boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. Or when the flesh has in the skin of it a burning by fire, and the quick flesh of the burning become a bright spot, reddish white, or white, then the priest shall look on it, and behold, if the hair in the bright spot be turned white, and the appearance of it be deeper than the skin, it is leprosy. It has broken out in the burning, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hair in the bright spot, and it be no lower than the skin, but be dim, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day. If it spread abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. If the bright spot stays in its place and hasn't spread in the skin, but be dim, it is the rising of the burning, and the priest shall pronounce him clean, for it is the scar of the burning. When a man or woman has a plague on the head or on the beard, then the priest shall look on the plague, and behold, if the appearance of it be deeper than the skin, and there be in it yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a scowl. It is leprosy of the head or of the beard. If the priest look on the plague of the scowl, and behold, the appearance of it isn't deeper than the skin, and there be no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut up him who has the plague of the scowl 7 days. In the 7th day the priest shall look on the scowl, and behold, if the scowl isn't spread, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the appearance of the scowl isn't deeper than the skin, then he shall be shaved, but he shall not shave the scowl, and the priest shall shut up him who has the scowl 7 days more. And in the 7th day the priest shall look on the scowl, and behold, if the scowl hasn't spread in the skin, and the appearance of it isn't deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scowl spread abroad in the skin after his cleansing, then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the scowl be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for the yellow hair. He is unclean. But if in his eyes the scowl be at a stay, and black hair be grown up therein, the scowl is healed, he is clean, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. When a man or a woman has in the skin of the flesh bright spots, even white bright spots, then the priest shall look, and behold, if the bright spots in the skin of their flesh be of a dull white, it is a harmless rash, it has broken out in the skin, he is clean. If a man's hair be fallen off his head, he is bald, yet is he clean. If his hair be fallen off from the front part of his head, he is forehead bald, yet is he clean. But if there be in the bald head or the bald forehead a reddish-white plague, it is leprosy breaking out in his bald head or in his bald forehead. Then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the rising of the plague be reddish-white in his bald head or in his bald forehead, as the appearance of leprosy in the skin of the flesh, he is a leprous man, he is unclean. The priest shall surely pronounce him unclean. His plague is in his head. The leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be torn, and the hair of his head shall go loose, and he shall cover his upper lip, and shall cry, Unclean, unclean. All the days in which the plague is in him he shall be unclean, he is unclean. He shall dwell alone, outside of the camp shall his dwelling be. The garment also that the plague of leprosy is in, whether it be a woolen garment or a linen garment, whether it be in warp or woof, of linen or of woolen, whether in a skin or in anything made of skin, if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment, or in the skin, or in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is the plague of leprosy, and shall be showed to the priest. The priest shall look on the plague, and shut up that which has the plague 7 days. And he shall look on the plague on the 7th day. If the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in the skin, whatever service skin is used for, the plague is a fretting leprosy, it is unclean. He shall burn the garment, whether the warp or the woof, in woolen or in linen, or anything of skin in which the plague is, for it is a fretting leprosy, it shall be burnt in the fire. If the priest shall look, and behold, the plague hasn't spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of skin, then the priest shall command that they wash the thing in which the plague is, and he shall shut it up 7 days more. And the priest shall look after that the plague is washed, and behold, if the plague hasn't changed its color, and the plague hasn't spread, it is unclean. You shall burn it in the fire. It is a fret, whether the bareness be inside or outside. If the priest look, and behold, the plague be dim after the washing of it, Then he shall tear it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof. And if it appear still in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is breaking out. You shall burn that in which the plague is with fire. The garment, either the warp or the woof, or whatever thing of skin it be, which you shall wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed the second time, and shall be clean. This is the law of the plague of leprosy in a garment of woolen or linen, either in the warp or in the woof, or anything of skin, to pronounce it clean or to pronounce it unclean.